Michelle Obama is complaining. Not exactly a major breaking news headline. Michelle Obama does nothing but complain. But Michelle Obama is complaining this time about how when her husband was elected president, Americans were not ready for her natural hair. I don't know what Michelle Obama's natural hair looks like. I truly couldn't possibly care less what Michelle Obama's natural hair looks like. Michelle Obama was giving an interview to Ellen DeGeneres. This was reported by The Independent. We don't have a clip of it, but we do have the quote. She said, "Let me keep my hair straight. Let's get health care passed first. They tripped out when Barack wore a tan suit, you know? The great indignity, the scandal of the Obama administration was when Barack wore a tan suit. So there, everyone was on edge to criticize Obama. And she just said, I don't know if I can wear my natural hair. The code of ethics at a workplace. As black women, we deal with it. The whole thing about, do you show up with your natural hair? I would get my staff all worried too. I was thinking about getting braids. That's the African-American experience. But women in offices that are worried, should I wear skirts? Should I wear pantyhose? I hate pantyhose. But when you're carrying all this other stuff, this mask, these differences, and you're trying to do your job, it's just an extra burden on overcoming. So I'm going to get that out now. You know, I know some people like it when I play ukulele or sometimes guitar, so I'm just going to pull out. And there it is. The world's tiniest little Stradivarius violin. There we go. Just play that out for the burdens of Michelle Obama to overcome the completely absurdly perceived stigma again about how she wears her hair. The people of the United States had just elected her husband, Barack Hussein Obama, to be the president of the United States. We had been at war against, at least initially, a man named Hussein for 5 years at that point. And really, actually, much longer. U.S. policy against Saddam Hussein had gone back to the early 90s. And we are told that what the American people just were not ready for, it was Michelle Obama's hair. Barack Obama wore his natural hair, by the way, first black president. No, but it's all about Michelle. And it's all, America elected the first black president, but no, they're still evil and racist. The American people, they gave Michelle Obama an absolute fairy tale life. No, they're still, it's so awful for her. It's so terrible. This is the burden of overcoming. This is what black people, this is what makes their lives so difficult. You know, do you show up with natural hair? Now, I defer to the black listeners of this show. That's the biggest problem in your life? How to wear what hairstyle to have at the office? I bet not. I bet not. When I think about long conversations with my black friends, they don't usually bring up how to wear their hair as the biggest challenge. They have real problems. But Michelle Obama doesn't have any real problems. And so she has to make up problems because the Obamas, like the libs broadly, cannot take yes for an answer. They can't take yes for an answer. There's always got to be a problem. Racism will never go away. It can't go away, according to the libs, because that's the premise they're starting from. They need it. Okay, oppression, suffering, all these things. Look, evil never will go away. Not during this period of Earth, right? Not until the second coming. We're not going to see. This is a fallen world. Okay, so there's always going to be evil and suffering, and the good way to react to evil and suffering is with a spirit of resignation and with virtue, and so that you can allow suffering to sanctify you. This was a line, I think it was from Saint Jose Maria Escriva, who said, never say, that person annoys me. Say, oh, that person sanctifies me. We're all going to be going at Thanksgiving to visit our family. Maybe you've got a difficult family. Maybe you got some, sibling or cousin or in-law or something that drives you crazy. No, that person doesn't annoy you. That person sanctifies you. And if you cultivate that attitude, I promise you, it doesn't matter how terrible the suffering is, You will be buoyant. We talked about this earlier, I guess it was last week, with Jay Leno. Jay Leno just suffered horrible burns, but he's buoyant. He bounced right back. He was giving out cookies to the kids in the hospital that he was being treated at. Okay, if you cultivate those virtues, no amount of suffering is going to keep you down for very long. If you don't, if all you do is cultivate resentment and envy and anger and all the stuff that Michelle Obama does, then no amount of privilege will ever make you feel happy. You can be the First Lady of the United States and you will still be angry about how you, in your fantasies, your hair might be perceived, okay? There is no limit to the things that you will complain about if you cultivate those things. We get, vice and virtue are habits, okay? And you get what you do and what you cultivate. The rest of the show continues now. You don't want to miss this, okay? If you are not a member, click the link in the description and join us.